Alright, hello everyone, it's Thursday. I don't know what date it is. 9th, I believe. Anyway, I decided to start a little keyboard chronicles about, testing playing the game using a keyboard rather than a steering wheel as a side project of mine, because this 1969 Camaro mod that's still in development, but it works great with keyboard, and just want to demonstrate you a few things because not everybody got a steering wheel, or maybe the first time you install the game you don't want to get the whole steering wheel situation figured out right away, and you want to play on a keyboard for a little bit. This one is for you. Gonna go to single race, realistic damage, and blah 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 blah. I want to show you my keyboard settings and explain a little bit for the beginners of what to do. You go to advanced after you set your controls, and they have to be on the numpad, whatever, you will figure it out. Right here you get steering input momentum, you got your throttle momentum, and your brake momentum. Else you have steering assistance. If you don't have the steering wheel plugged in, none of this is going to matter. I'm going to reverse everything to 0 to simulate how you would start the game. Right here, driving aids, anti-lock brakes, traction control, stability control, probably all that crap is going to be on the first time you drive. So let's say you got a hold of the 1969 Camaro mod and you're taking it for a spin. Let me go to the garage settings real quick. None of that really matters for now. Right here, differential ratio, like in the previous video, 305 our stock differential for 1969 Camaro. And also all the gear ratios, the final gear ratios from first to third match the actual T400 transmission ratios in real life for that Camaro. You could run your own any kind of gear ratios that you want, but I just prefer to set the stock factory ones for the most realistic results or whatever. Fourth gear is set less than 1:1, so it is like an overdrive gear. Again, I don't know if the 69 trainee came with the overdrive or no. I will research that, and I'm either gonna take the fourth gear out or keep it. Anyway, enough of that. We have no settings on our keyboard set, and this is how the car is going to feel like. This is modified physics once again.
Limit 35.
It's a bit laggy because of the stupid freaking OBS. But what you're gonna notice is how how jerky your car is from left to right. Like if you just barely touch the keys, it goes all the way. Like if you look at the driver's arms, we go, and you see the steering wheel turns right away, either left or right.
Stay on the right.
And you definitely see, you definitely don't want that unless you're drifting. Maybe I haven't done research on that yet. So what you want to do is go to options, advanced, and your steering momentum is gonna be how smooth your button transfers. Crap, let me demonstrate it to you better. There you go. We changed it to 25, and you see the steer is much smoother now. It takes some time before it reacts from left to right. Let me tweak it up a little bit more to, let's say, whatever, 50%. And you can see how slowly the wheel turns even though you press the key right away. This is one adjustment. Now see how it returns? That value would be your steering assistance, I believe. And right here, let's just tweak it up, let's say to 20. Now you see how basically the way I set it, I might be wrong actually on the steering assistance, and let me take that one out for now. On the input momentum, the way I tune it, this wheel doesn't have a center line, like a little centerpiece in the middle. So for example, you see if I can hold this wheel steady just by pressing and releasing the keyboard, you see how I'm trying to hold it in one position? You can see me trying to play with it, but there you go. You can kind of feel how often you have to press the buttons. Now, if I set this a little bit more, let's just say 270, you could see my rate has lowered of what I need to do to keep the steering wheel centered. Well, pretty much, see, I could play with it a little bit. You just have to play with your own settings in your own probably left key, because we're mostly gonna be turning left, and try to keep the wheel like that, playing with it by tapping the left button and seeing how fast it's gonna return. Like if you keep it steady within one region, or more or less one region, this is where you want it. Okay, well, now that that one is more or less set, let's go for a ride. Same thing would be with brakes and throttle. If you want your throttle to work right away and be really snappy, you set it to 0. But if you want your brakes to be somewhat smooth, because right now when they're set at 0, if I press the brakes, see they lock. Ow! Crap! They lock up right away. Anyway, yeah, you want to tinker a little bit with your brake pedal, maybe set it to like 10-20%, so it scales a little bit, because look, yeah, the moment I press the brake it locks up too much. Once again, transmission is automatic on this one, running stock factory gear ratios. This is not your regular NASCAR vehicles right here. This is a modified engine, a 350 Chevy with 300 horsepower, so they don't go all crazy like the 800 horsepower NASCAR cars. This is a really fun mod for the keyboard. This is where I decided to start the Keyboard Chronicles, because those of you that don't have the steering wheel, you might not find yourself enjoying tracks like Darlington or other small tracks like Bristol, because the cars are too fast and you need a steering wheel to properly drive on those. Here, this mod, because the cars are not as powerful, not nearly as half as powerful, from 1969 engine stats, it allows you to have some wiggle room on stock NASCAR tires, because that's what we're running for now. And the keyboard feel becomes so much more dynamic, so much more controllable and fun to play with, that for those of you that don't have a steering wheel, this is like a whole different game. This is like, I don't know what to compare it to just yet. This is the best keyboard feeling car that I've ever felt in NASCAR 2003 that I've ever played with, for now. So I'm only about to make better stuff. Anyway, I hope the video came out alright. As you can see, or maybe hear, I'm clicking my keys, I'm not using the steering wheel. And right here, as I mentioned, you see how our wheel is not snapping all the way to the left, because we adjusted the input momentum. That's the first tune that you want to do. And we still have traction control and ABS and all that crap. For that matter, let me disable it all, because some of you might say, oh, of course, yeah, with traction control and ABS and all that, you could drive the car with no problem.
Keep it to 35.
Sure.
Keep it under
Well, let me show you that these smaller engines from 1969, which didn't have no traction control or ABS, you could still run it on the keyboard, and it actually becomes more fun versus how it would be on a stock NASCAR game. This is really controllable and really slidey and awesome.
Clear on the left.
You just need to set your keys the way you want it, get some adjustments done, get adjusted yourself to the keyboard feel, like some muscle memory in it, and you'll be good. I'm still testing this one for bugs like all across 4 physics, because the engine will be replaced for all 4 physics. It will work on any mod, any car, anything that you run in this modified EXE is gonna have 350 engine in it. So yeah, that opens up some range of possibilities, but most of all the hard tracks like Bristol and Darlington and all of that, you could drive on those with the keyboard now pretty easily and have your own little races. I know NASCAR cars of 1960s and 70s, they went faster than these stock ones. This is a bare stock 350 engine. This is not a NASCAR profile or whatever. I'll do some research, maybe dial in some numbers for later. But this one is to simulate like a basic 1969 350 Camaro that just came off the factory, and we're even running the stock transmission ratios in it. Sooner or later you get to try it yourself, and even those of you that don't have a steering wheel, with the keyboard this mod is perfectly fun. You can play with your buddies. I'm actually convinced I'm gonna have some of my friends maybe, you know, play with me on keyboard because they don't have steering wheels. And that's the reason they don't play with me. Some of them might hate me, I don't know. Anyway, this was the Camaro mod preview on the keyboard. And what else can I say? For now, I'll maybe do some more testing on different tracks and stuff like that. But this thing feels pretty awesome overall. You know, taking power out of these cars is not such a bad idea. Not counting that the engine was calculated all properly and it's running all the scientific proper formulas and pressures and blah blah blah. I'll post maybe not, because probably nobody's gonna watch the scientific videos on how to calculate all that stuff, but I'll still make it for the few of y'all. Anyway, go. I'll see you guys later once I have something else to show you. Peace.